CPA stands for Commercial Property Assessed Clean Energy Financing. And so where this fits into the mix, I'm going to key off Janine's revolution topic here. There's a movement in Virginia that's underway right now. And it's being led by Arlington County. So back in 2015, Virginia passed a law that allowed all the local jurisdictions here to start their own CPA programs. Arlington was the first. And a number of other jurisdictions in the Northern Virginia region, as well as around the Commonwealth, are looking into programs of their own right now. And what CPACE is that first bullet up there. It's a new way for property owners and developers to finance energy efficiency, renewable energy, and water efficiency measures in their commercial and industrial properties. And it applies to existing buildings as well as new construction. And it's only available in the jurisdictions that enact an ordinance and stand up a program as well. I'll come back to that more in a bit, but a little bit more on the definitional. This form of financing can be looked at by property owners compared to other ways of project financing. Like the Reverend mentioned, they went through an energy upgrade in this building. They probably considered paying cash, raising some funds with the congregation. They may have considered a traditional commercial loan, which would have entailed, say, 15 to 20% in the form of a down payment. Now, with the CPACE program, they could have looked at it and seen what it would look like with a different cash flow picture. The CPACE financing can cover 100% of the hard and soft costs of those eligible measures, and it's for long-term financing. Talking about 20, 25 years, in contrast to a commercial loan, which is typically on order of 5. So it can fundamentally shift the cash flow picture for property owners, including nonprofit property owners. And so it's designed to lower the energy costs, plays well with utility, tax, and economic development incentives. And this is microeconomic development, project by project, economic development. And there are no personal guarantees. The payment obligation can transfer to a new owner if the property is oversold. So it's similar to a sewer assessment in that regard. So why do jurisdictions do it? Well, the primary purpose is economic development. It's also environmental benefits, but these projects are really economics driven. That's what creates a sustainable program, is that the CPACE economics can be compelling to a property owner if they don't see something compelling from the cash proposition or from a commercial loan. So I covered that, and what those benefits are. It looks like it's a little bit cut off up here, but if the property owner is able to introduce new energy and water systems, they're able to lower the amount they pay to Dominion by so much that it exceeds the amount they have to repay on the financing, that's a cash flow positive project. And even if they just have some real dire needs in the property, they might be able to finance it. They might find the long-term nature of the financing and the cash flow proposition just simply more appealing. Sometimes properties need, the energy measures, the water measures, those are direct measures. The associated construction is eligible too. So that may mean roof upgrades in the case of insulation or solar PV. So that's cash flow for property owners. For developers with their new construction projects, they can integrate CPACE into the capital stack. And I won't go too deep into that, but from a public policy perspective, the goal is to provide this program for the developers and give them a reason to improve the performance of the energy and water systems they use in their new construction developments. And if they do that, they become eligible for this, and they can reduce their reliance on higher cost forms of financing like mezzanine or equity. It's new funding opportunities for local and regional finance institutions. So we're talking about innovations in finance. So there are specialty-based capital providers, and there are ones that are local and regional finance institutions here in our backyard in Arlington and in the region that can get in the game as well and fund these projects. And in addition, and you'll hear from in just a second, the service providers in the industry, like Peter Drown with Recurrent, they support property owners by evaluating their needs, conducting like an audit of the property and fulfilling those with, by proposing certain energy and water systems for the owner's consideration. So my job is to support all the above in there. And so where is it? So this movement didn't start in Virginia. It started further out west, but regionally there are other CPACE programs. So DC has a program. Maryland is largely blanketed by CPACE programs at this point. And so this is, Virginia is part of this regional CPACE market where the collective awareness is just at the very early stages. And so that's a key role that I play on the program administration side, is to raise potential participants' awareness of what it is and how to benefit from it. I'm also working with a number of jurisdictions around Virginia to help them start up new programs, and there are more of them coming online in 2019. The early interest is primarily in NOVA regional jurisdictions. So Arlington's first. I'd like to recognize Rich Dooley here with the Arlington County Initiative to Rethink Energy. He's one of the architects behind the local program here. Fairfax County, Loudoun County, Alexandria, Falls Church. They're likely to come online sometime in 2019 and really expand the CPACE market. So that's obviously very welcome news. And other parts of the state will trickle in over time. And I want to give a quick shout out to an entity called the Mid-Atlantic PACE Alliance. And this is an entity that through some DOE grant funding is supporting PACE programs in the Mid-Atlantic, in DC, Maryland, and here in Virginia. And that's it for me. I'm going to turn it over to the next in line.